Calisto had imagined many things about becoming a criminal mastermind. He had not imagined tripping over his own boots during the kidnapping. "Stay back," he announced dramatically, pointing what was very obviously a neon green water gun at Athy. "This is a kidnapping." Athy blinked at him from the doorway of her bakery. "Is it, though?" Calisto frowned. "Yes, I practiced that line in the mirror." "You said it with more bass in your voice just now," she observed. "In the mirror, it was higher." He stiffened. "How do you— Never mind. You're coming with me." She glanced behind her at the racks of fresh bread. "Can I at least turn off the ovens? I'd hate to be kidnapped and responsible for arson." He hesitated. "Fine, but no funny business." "You're holding a water gun shaped like a dolphin." It was on sale. 10 minutes later, Athy locked up the bakery and followed him outside, carrying a basket of croissants. "You don't get snacks," Calisto muttered. "These are for me," she said. "I refuse to be kidnapped on an empty stomach." Calisto's hideout turned out to be a small cabin on the edge of town. Athy looked around. "This is surprisingly tidy." "I dusted," he said defensively. "I'm not an animal." She set the basket on the table and sat down. "All right, let's get this over with. What's the ransom?" He cleared his throat and pulled out a crumpled note. "Dear, whoever cares about Athy, if you ever want to see her again, leave $50,000 under the old bridge." Athy stared at him. "What?" he asked. "You didn't address it to anyone specific." "I figured it covered all possibilities." She rubbed her temples. "Calisto, I run a bakery. My closest relatives are 3 elderly regulars who pay in coins and compliments." His face fell. "Oh, and $50,000? That's ambitious." He sank into a chair. "I calculated inflation." "For what? A royal kidnapping?" He groaned. "This was supposed to solve my problems." Athy tilted her head. "Which are?" He hesitated. Then, in a much smaller voice, "Debt." She leaned forward. "Gambling? No. Secret underground sword collection? No. Overinvestment in novelty socks? Maybe a little." She smiled despite herself. "So what's the real reason?" He looked away. "I tried to open a cafe." Her eyebrow shot up. "You? A cafe?" "I make excellent coffee," he insisted, "but no one came. Then I borrowed money to renovate, and then more to advertise, and now the bank keeps sending letters with very bold fonts." Athy studied him. He didn't look dangerous. He looked overwhelmed. "So you decided to kidnap a baker," she said slowly. "You have good customer flow," he mumbled. "I thought someone important must love your pastries enough to pay." She laughed, actually laughed. "That's your master plan? She makes good cinnamon rolls, therefore she must be secretly wealthy. When you say it like that, it sounds stupid." "It is stupid." He covered his face with his hands. "I can't even do crime properly." There was a pause. "Your mistake," Athy said thoughtfully, "was choosing the wrong business model." He peeked through his fingers. "Excuse me? If your cafe failed, maybe it wasn't the coffee. Maybe it was the branding, the location, the pastries. My croissants were dry," he admitted. She gasped. "You can't serve dry croissants. That's practically villainy." "I knew it." Athy stood up and began pacing. "What if," she said slowly, "instead of kidnapping me, you collaborated with me?" He blinked. "You're negotiating your own ransom into a partnership? Think about it. My baker— If anyone had told me 3 months ago that I'd be measuring cinnamon instead of ransom demands, I would have left. Now I wake up at 6 every morning to the smell of butter and sugar drifting through the bakery kitchen. Athy hums while she kneads dough. She doesn't know I watch her sometimes from the doorway. Not in a creepy way, in a "how did I get this lucky" way. She glances up. "You're staring again." "I am not." "You are. It's less intimidating than when you tried to glare at me during the kidnapping, but still." I clear my throat and grab an apron. "I was assessing pastry quality." She raises an eyebrow. "At 6 in the morning?" "Peak pastry hours," I mutter. She laughs. I've come to crave that sound. It does something unsettling to my chest. Business is good, better than good. In the evenings, the place glows warm and golden. I make coffee with a precision that would impress even the harshest critic. I pour hearts into the foam now. The first time I did it, Athy leaned over the counter and squinted. "Is that a heart?" "It's abstract. It's crooked. It's artistic." She grinned at me like I'd just won a medal. "It's sweet." That word shouldn't make a grown man blush, but it does. Sometimes I think about the day I kidnapped her, how she wasn't afraid, how she saw through me immediately. I remember sitting in that cabin, convinced I was a failure, a failed cafe owner, a failed mastermind, just failed. And she looked at me like I was salvageable. No, more than that, like I was worth investing in. That's new for me. One night after closing, I'm wiping down the espresso machine when she says, casually, You know, you smile more now. I glance up. Do I? Mm-hmm. You used to frown like you were plotting something. I was plotting something. She leans on the counter. And now? I walk around to her side, close enough to smell vanilla and flour on her skin. Now I'm plotting how to convince you to take Sunday off. She narrows her eyes. Why? So I can take you somewhere that doesn't involve ovens. She pretends to think about it. Is this another criminal scheme? Yes, I plan to steal you for the entire day. She crosses her arms. With a dolphin water gun? I groan. It was one time. She laughs and nudges me. Fine, Sunday, but if this ends with a ransom note, I'm raising my rates. Sunday comes too quickly. I take her to the hill just outside town, where you can see the whole place spread out below. The streets, the market square, the little sign that reads They and Calisto's evening crumbs. She stares at it from above. We did, I say. She sits on the grass. I sit beside her, close but not quite touching. You know, I say carefully, I've been thinking. That's always dangerous. Probably. But that day in the cabin, you could have run. You could have recorded me. She looks at me, softer now. I know. Why didn't you? She shrugs lightly. Because you weren't evil. You were desperate. There's a difference. The word desperate used to feel like an insult. Now it feels like a past version of me. I don't ever want to be that man again, I tell her, the one who thinks the only way forward is to hurt someone. You're not, she says simply. I swallow. What if I mess up again? She smiles gently. Then we fix it. Together. Together. That word lands deeper than I expect. I take a breath. They? I didn't just kidnap you. She turns amused. Oh? I think you kidnapped me right back. She laughs. I did not. You did. You broke into my terrible plan, reorganized my life, improved my croissants, and stole my heart in the process. She stares at me, speechless for once. That might be my greatest achievement. Callisto, she says softly, that was either incredibly romantic or incredibly cheesy. I work in a bakery. It's on brand. She leans closer, her shoulder brushing mine. For the record, she murmurs, I don't regret it either. Being kidnapped, meeting you. That does it. My heart officially stops functioning. I lace my fingers through hers. This time, I'm not afraid she'll pull away. She doesn't. Below us, the town hums quietly. Our bakery sign catches the light. The life I thought I'd ruined feels steady, real. I love you, I say, because I've learned that waiting is how you lose things. She squeezes my hand. I love you too. Even if you were a terrible villain. Former villain, I correct. She smiles. Former. And as the sun dips lower and the sky turns gold, I realize something important. I didn't fail at life. I just took a very questionable detour. And somehow, against all logic, it led me exactly where I was meant to be, beside the woman who turned my ransom note into a recipe, my hideout into a home, and my worst decision into the start of everything good.